day everyone, I am Marvie N. Ramos. Today I'll be discussing the median of the triangle. Before we proceed, let us proceed to our objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to define the median of a triangle, solve using midpoint and distance formula, and determine the midpoint and the length of the median of a triangle. So, the median of a triangle, it refers to a line segment joining a vertex of the triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side, thus bisecting that side. It says that the median of a triangle is a line segment joining a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So let's assign a point in this triangle. Point A, point B, and point C. The median of a triangle is a line segment from the vertex. So, the median of a triangle is a line segment joining from a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. If this is our vertex B, our midpoint is the opposite side from the vertex. And this is now our median. And this is our midpoint. The median of a triangle also divides the opposite side into equal length or equal size. And also, the median of a triangle divides the triangle into two equal triangles having it the same area. This size and this size have the same area. All the triangles have three medians coming from each vertex. So from vertex A to the opposite side is another median. And the vertex C, from the vertex C to the opposite side is also have a median. These all three medians meet at the same point, and it calls the centroid. And the median of the triangles, the three medians of the triangle, divides the triangle into 6 smaller triangles having it the same area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all for the definition of the median of the triangle. Okay. So let us now proceed to the formula, or what is the formula to solve the median, the length of the median, and the midpoint of the opposite side. So, the midpoint formula is equals to x1 plus x2 over 2 y1 plus y2 over 2. And to find the length of the median of a triangle, we need the distance formula. The distance formula is the square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So, to solve the midpoint, so to find the midpoint, we need this formula, which is the midpoint formula. And to find the length or the distance from the vertex to the midpoint, we need the distance formula. us take some examples. So, from this triangle, find the midpoint from the vertex B. So, from the vertex B to the midpoint of the AC. So, we need this vertex and the vertex C. So, first, we need to assign which will be our x1 and y1 and y2 and y1. So this is our x1 and y2 and x2 and y1. So using the midpoint formula, which is the midpoint is equals to x1 plus x2 over 2 y1 plus y2 over 2. So now let us substitute this value from to the formula. So m is equals to x1 is our x1 is 6 plus x2 is 6 over 2, y1 is negative 4 and plus 4 over 2. So next is equals to 6, negative 6 plus 6 is equals to 0 over 2, negative 4. So negative 4 plus negative 4 is equals to negative 8 over 2. So 0, negative 8 divided by 2 is equals to negative 4. So our midpoint is 0 and negative 4. 0, negative 4. So now, let us solve the distance between the vertex B to the midpoint 0, negative 4. So let us use the midpoint formula. Again, let us assign which will be our x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. So this is gonna be our x1, y1, x2, y2. To find the length from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side, we can use the distance formula. So the distance formula is d equals to square root of x2 minus x1 plus y2 plus minus y1. So now, let us substitute from this value to this formula. So d is equals to square root of x2 is 0 minus x1 negative 2 and y2 minus y1 here. So 0 minus 2 is equals to 0 minus negative 2 is equals to 2. Negative 4 minus 4 negative 4 minus 4 is equals to negative 8. Square root of 2 is 4 plus, I'm sorry, I forgot this, the square root. And negative 8, the square root of negative 8 is 64. 4 plus 64 is equals to 68. The square root of 68 equals to 8.24 or 2 square root of 17. So now, our distance from this vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side is 8.24. And our midpoint is 0 and 4. So now, let us proceed to another example. So, from this triangle, lie in the Cartesian plane, find the midpoint of the LN and find the median of this triangle from the vertex M. So we will use again the formula of the midpoint to find the midpoint of the LN. So given this coordinates, which is the 1 and 6, and n is equals to 3 and 2. So first we will assign first the which will be our x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. So our x1 is here and y1, x2, y2. So we will solve again using the midpoint formula. The midpoint formula is again m equals to x1 plus x2. So our x1 is 1 plus x2 is 3 over 2 and y1 plus y2. So 6 plus 2 over 2. So 1 plus 3 is 4 over 2, 8, 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, 4. So our midpoint is 2 and 4. So 2 and 4 is here, 2, 4. So this is now our midpoint. And to find the distance, or this is now our median of the triangle. And to find the distance or the length of the median, we need to solve it using the distance formula. So our distance formula is this is square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So, let us substitute the value from that formula. So, the d equals, we need again to assign value, assign which will be our x1 and y1, x1 and y1, and x2 and y2. So, we need the use of these 2 points. The midpoint is 2, 4. We will assign, this will become our x1 and y1, x2 and y2. Let us substitute that coordinates in our formula. Square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus 4 So 2 minus negative 2 is equals to positive 4. 4 minus 4 is equals to 0. Square root of 4 is equals to 4 times 4. Square root of 4 is equals to 16. Plus square root of 0 is 0. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 16 is 4. So our distance is 4 units. From this point, from this vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side, the length of this median is 4 units. So, that's all for this lesson. I hope you learned something from this particular discussion. Thank you.